Hello, welcome to my live stream. Today is Friday, the 26th of December. It's Boxing Day in the UK. So just let me put my earplug. If you are regular to my channel, you may have noticed that I'm dressed up very informally today because this is my Christmas jumper from yesterday. My husband got me that. It's a bit like Freddy Krueger kind of Christmas jumper. But there you go. And so, welcome to my live. For those who don't know me, I'm a therapist and coach, and I'm going to be here for a couple of hours if there are people asking me questions. And I come on YouTube a couple of times a week to take questions and to discuss anything to do with mental health, therapy, mental health, as in learning about emotional intelligence, mindset, learning how to see things from a different perspective and how to understand ourselves better so that we can deal with life better. And the way I start my life are always by reading and commenting on some of my own posts. So let's go there. Where am I? Okay, here's one. Neurodivergence is not a disability because we are able. We're just not neurotypical able. So what I mean by that is that we suffer because society is putting some pressure on us to do certain things, to behave in certain ways. But if it wasn't for society, if it was more accommodating to everyone, as opposed to trying to create some sort of standards of normality, then it would be easier for everyone to live together harmoniously. That post has got some hit because some people reacted to that, which is rather normal. Some people saying, how can you say that some people are severely autistic, for instance, and they need a lot of help to function, and so they are disabled? But I'm like, no, they're only disabled, again, because they have to conform, they have to function, they have to do certain things in a certain way. But if people were accommodating people to their need, they wouldn't need to struggle. They just need more support. They just need more help. They just need more people to understand them and a society to be generally more kinder to them, and they'll be happy and they find ways to exist harmoniously with everyone else. And so again, the problem is not that we are neurodivergent, but it's that society needs to function in a certain way and doesn't care about those who are not able to function within its structure. Next post. You hate yourself only because you are looking at yourself from the perspective of the people who hate you. And so this is something that we all experience. We tend to look down on ourselves. We are telling ourselves, why am I so stupid? What's wrong with me? The only reason we do this is because we are looking at ourselves from the position of the people who used to speak to us like that, from people who look at us like that. And so we are basically experiencing their perspective. And if we could just shift that to the perspective of someone who cares about us, someone who loves us, someone who wants us to do well, who wants to support us, we wouldn't be talking to ourselves like that, and we wouldn't be seeing ourselves like that. A little bit of insight on some basic psychology. Another post. What matters is not why they did what they did to you, but what it means to you, because you have power over what it means to you. So this is all the premises of healing, of therapy, which is essentially learning how to shift perspective. That's all there is. In order to heal, we just need to look in the right place and find a different way to look at it. And so if we suffer from trauma, from an abusive family or for some whatever event, the whole journey of therapy is to learn how to look at it from a different perspective. If you can look at it from the perspective of someone who is now safe and secure and know that it's never going to happen to them again, now we don't need to have all of those subconscious systems in place that were there to protect us because of what happened to us. I can see some comments. Let me read them. Leap of faith. Hey, hello. Hey. LJ, I am Nigerian, brother. How are you? I'm very well indeed. How about you? Leap of faith. I studied psychology in grade 11 and 12. Okay? Do you want to talk about it? Andy. Hello. Hello, Andy. So until I've got questions, again, for those who don't know me, I'm here to literally take questions. Until I have questions, I will read and comment on some of my posts. But if I don't get any interaction after 10 minutes, I will just resume with my day off and I will come back some other time. So make sure that if you have anything you want to talk about, do ask. Here's a post that also created a little bit of stir on TikTok. Whether people forgive the abusers or not is none of your business. And so again, it's a theme that I've been talking a lot recently, and it's the fact that a lot of people are telling some people that they must forgive the abusers, and they are showing a very low amount of empathy, level of empathy, because they don't know the story, they don't know what they've been through. We can't force someone to forgive others, and it's none of our business. People forgive if they are ready to forgive, when they're ready to forgive. But we don't forgive. Forgiveness is a happening. And so, yeah, showing empathy, understanding that it's their journey. It's better if they can forgive, but if they don't, it's their business. It's not yours. You don't have. We have to stop telling people those sort of things. We need to stop trying to give unsolicited advice from our perspective without really knowing what they have been through. Another one very similar to this goes like this. People who say that those who end their lives are selfish are the reason people end up ending their lives. And so again, a lack of empathy, people will judge that person is weak, they're not alive to themselves. And because of those people, probably this is why they're not alive to themselves in the first place, because of the lack of compassion and kindness and all the judgments, all the pressure of the self-righteousness. And so, yes, nope, no comment just yet. Anyone? If it's too quiet, I just resume. I understand that it's Boxing Day and everyone is maybe hungover from Christmas, but for me it was important to stick. And I will stay here maybe another 10 minutes at least. It's important for me to stick to my schedule because I want to make sure that people know where and when to find me. And so I come here on YouTube every Wednesdays and every Fridays from 6 to 8 p.m. every week, UK time, 6 to 8 p.m. Hakai, I'm going to address your comment. I'm not going to read you because it's a very, very nasty comment. Kay Stevens, hello. But I'm going to address your comment because I need to have something to talk about. So you're giving me an opportunity to talk about trolls. So some people enjoy trying to hurt people's feelings online or in real life. And the reason you do this is because you are unhappy, you have your own frustration, you're angry, you're bored, and you don't know any other ways to let go of your own frustration. And so I get this. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove you. we're going to ignore what you say, but I'm going to talk about troll thanks to you because it's a good topic to talk about. So hard user on this channel. So forget about Hakai. He's gone. We can't see anything about him anymore anyway. But yes, we're going to meet people like that all throughout our life. Some of them are doing it on purpose. Some of them are narcissists and they enjoy manipulating, get direction from others. It gives them a sense of worth because this is all that they know how to react with, interact with people. They don't choose it. No one chooses that, so they suffer from that. But some people also do that because they're maybe very young, very immature. They don't know. They generally don't know. They're not coming from a place of letting go of their frustration. They're just bored. So they're testing the water, experimenting, going through life. And social media is a good place because anyone can say anything in all impunity. But regardless of the reason they're doing this, it will happen online and in real life. And so what we need to realize is that people do what they do because it is what they do, and it's got nothing to do with us. We don't need to react to that. If I reacted, I would have get hooked, and he would have enjoyed continuing doing this, and it's not going to happen. As soon as I see this, bang, I get rid of this, and he's gone. He's probably able to see us because I just hit him from the channel. I'm calling him, could be a her, I don't know. I'm just assuming it's a him. But this is how we deal with people. We want to stop reacting to people because as long as we react to them, we're going to show them that what they said matters. And it doesn't matter to me. It shouldn't matter to any one of us. They're trying to get a reaction because they need people's reactions to validate their existence, essentially. So again, we come from a place of hurt. So understand that we don't choose to be a narcissist. We don't choose to have any condition at all. But there's still a nuisance because we can hurt people really, really badly. And so my advice here is to really just realize that if we come across people like that, we need to pay attention to our intuition and not give them a chance to continue. Just create a space, which is what I've done. Just like that. It's very simple and easy. Okay. Now, let me see if there's any more comment from anyone else. How can I go find something better to do? Thank you. So, but this is the thing. Thank you for that. You know, yeah. But even reacting to that, to me, it's something that I no longer do. I used to be very, very reactive. I used to take everything personally. Anyone would be able to trigger me with anything at all the time, and I was triggered all the time. But now, even that, I won't give this anymore because I'm no longer in that place anymore. I don't. I have worked enough on myself to understand people enough so that I don't need to react to them. I understand that whatever people say or do has got nothing to do with me. We all project, and so yep. That was very interesting start to the live stream. Timothy, hello. Can you teach me? Why would you like me to teach you, Timothy? Who are you? Exactly. Go find something that makes you happy, like Didi said. Thank you. Who are you? Hi, by the way. I hope you are doing good. I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Who are you? I'm happy to see you here. I didn't exactly expect you to be because of holidays, but it's super nice since these holidays are some of the days some people struggle the most with their mental health. Yes, absolutely. So this is my Christmas jumper that I've been given to by my husband yesterday. It's a Freddy Krueger kind of Santa. And so I am on my day off today, but I did come because it was important for me to show up. I know that some people maybe wanting to see the live streams, even if they don't necessarily interact with me. And I wanted to go live yesterday on TikTok. I didn't, only because my husband was unwell. And so I wanted to make sure that I spent some time with him to keep him company. So that's the only reason. But I'm here today. And so, yes, I do agree with you. Christmas time can be very, very hard for many of us. For me, Christmas time was the most depressing part of the year, every single year. I used to hate Christmas with a passion. Now I'm okay with that, but yeah, it can be a very, very hard time for many of us. If there's any one of you who is struggling, do speak to me. I'm more than happy to talk about anything at all that could make you feel better about yourself. Abdullah, hey buddy, why don't you join Islam? What made you think that I'm not Muslim? Why are you assuming this? And also, it's the first time I get this. Normally, I've got Jesus loves you. Repent for Jesus. You know that. I never have anyone trying to convert me into Islam. But anyway, I like all religions. I've got my own belief, religious, spiritual belief system. And so I do love Allah. I do love Buddha, I love Jesus, I love Krishna, I love all of them. But I'm not exclusive to any one of them, because otherwise, if I just love one of them, the other ones will be very, very upset, and that's just not fair. I don't want to do this to them. Abdullah, Christian Mark, Cosmina, Emerson, True Power. Hello, Cosmina. The one she. I hope you enjoyed your holiday. You gave me some advice, and it's still with me today. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Keep doing what you do as long as it serves you well. Okay, thank you for this. I'm glad you appreciate it. whatever advice you had. Cosmina, but you look like a magical unicorn elf in your new jumper. Yes, I do. Yeah, it was, again, I don't look very professional today because it's my day off. But yeah, I think maybe I wanted to show my Christmas jumper a little bit to YouTube people. The one she and your outfit and glasses frames are super cool, by the way. Thank you so much. Cosmina Emerson, Jesus came for all of humanity. All religions are welcome. Yes, really, Buddha came as well. Krishna, Thor, Odin, Anubis, Isis, Osiris, so many of them. They are all welcome in my world. Jesus is not the boss. He's one of them. And he's just as important, but they all matter to me. Krishna, Ganesha, Kali. And I think it's very important to really acknowledge this. The problem with religion is not religions. It's that people are utilizing religion as a reason to fight other people. As in, my religion is better than yours. Instead of, we're all brothers and sisters. You can believe whatever you want, and it's okay. Allah, fantastic. Buddha, fantastic. Jesus, amazing. All of them. Atheist, fantastic, no problem. You believe in some unicorn, in some magic stuff, I'm okay with that. You believe in the big juju in the mountain, in the magic forest, elves or whatever, it's also good to me. And so, yeah. Abdullah, I hope Allah guides you. He guides me all the time. They all guide me, all of them. Sarah, Chris Ward, just popping in to say, I love your shorts. You're amazing, and I hope you keep sharing your wisdom and insight with the world. Thank you so much. I'm glad you appreciate. I also do long-form content. Do check out my long-form video. Every week, once a week, every Wednesdays, I upload a long video on YouTube. And so I put a lot of time and effort into creating those videos. Check them out. You may find things interesting. I'm really trying my best to make them concise and informative. The last one was about, the one that I put 2 days ago, was about how to create new habits that last simply and easily. And on the thumbnail, it says, New Year's resolutions work if you do this. And it's true. It's a very simple system. It's a 9 minutes video. Check it out. You too. I don't understand your comment, but I think it's a bit dodgy, so I'm going to get rid of you. I'm not going to even read your stuff. How do you on this channel? Bang. Okay. Cosmic. Love is the real religion. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. This is what religion was there for originally. Whichever system it is, whether it's organized or not, any form of spirituality was for us to connect with the divine and also connect with the humans, with other people. So love, self-love and love of others. Love of ourselves through others, as opposed to division, us versus them. Sarah, will do. Fantastic, thank you. The one she, well said, about how people use religion to project their own agendas. Yes, and it's not just religion. I was having that chat just before with my husband, and everything about society is rotten to manipulate people. I was explaining to him how we are all the product of two things. Because I'm working on writing a book and I'm obsessed with understanding the human mind and why we are the way we are, why we interact the way we do, and what we can do about this. And it's very simple. We are all the result of nature and nurture. So what does it mean? It means that nature, we are genetics, and nurture, we are the environment. However, the environment is going to be changing all throughout our lives. And so what it means is that we are a continuum, we are a momentum that keeps on going, and basically we are everything that happened to us up to this point. And so what it means is that if we're going to make it simple, we start being a cell, an embryo, with some collection of DNA, with some information about us and how we're going to develop, how we're going to react to our environment. The first environment is going to be when we are in the womb. So for the first 9 months in the womb, we're going to already start to change and adapt because of whatever is going to happen to us during that time. And so if mom is stressed out, if she's anxious, if she's depressed, if she's happy, if she's peaceful, that will affect her level of hormones, and the baby will feel it and will react to that environment already. And so now the genetic is a propensity to react in a certain way. And so that already will start to change the baby. Now, 9 months, baby comes out. Next phase, how that baby is going to be treated by the parents. Are the parents going to be there whenever the baby cries, or are they going to be busy doing something else? All of those little things will also affect the next transition, the next phase of how we're going to adapt to our environment based on where we are at this point in time. Next, we can talk, we can understand, we have a mind, we have vocabulary. And now we're going to download belief from the parents again, from how they treat us, but also the things that they tell us, and how we're going to learn things through observation. Basically, whatever we do is going to be what we learn to do ourselves. And the next level is going to be school. Now we're going to have a macro society, school, teachers, other kids. And so the way we're going to adapt to that new environment will be down to everything else that happened to us up to that point. And then next, young adulthood. Young adulthood, now I'm on my own, I'm studying life, and whatever I'm going to go through is going to confirm my pre-existing belief that have been installed all throughout my history until this point. But then it's not finished. Now, as an adult, our environment is still there. We're still responding to our environment. And so we're responding to the news, social media, newspapers, television. We're responding to anything that people say, to our neighbors, to the people that we live with, the people that we perceive. And so the way we're going to react to these people is down to the sense of self that has grown up to this point from the very beginning, which was always two things: genetics and environment. But environment within each phase of our evolution. And now we're still in an environment. And so basically, our mental health, our emotional health is very much still determined by our environment. So our reaction to our environment, as in reaction to society, but also people, everyone in our lives, is going to be down to whatever we've been up to this point. But if you can realize that we're not just a self, and there's not just an environment around us, we are constantly evolving from that self in regards to that environment within each phase of our life, all throughout our life, then now we can have a better idea of how to understand ourselves, how to understand people. Why are they like that? Why are people so evil? Why are people so selfish? Why are some people so nasty to others or so horrible to others? Like that person who was trying to troll me. I understand. So I don't have any anger or resentment toward that person, because I understand. I used to be like that as well myself, because I have my own past, my own problems, my own trauma. So I totally get it. And so by understanding this, we can start to fix this world. We can start to fix ourselves, and we can start to fix our relationships, and we can start to fix our relationship with life as a whole. And eventually, some of us will even be able to change society for the next generations. So, Cosmic Emerson, Cosmina, the next coming is us. And there's a lion emoji. I don't understand. Is it the sect, the cult of the lions or something like that? The one she said hi. Hello. Sarah Griswold. Sounds fascinating. We'll be watching. All right. Thank you, Sarah. The one she, yes, I already subbed to your YouTube channel. Can't wait for the book. Fantastic, thank you. I mean, I still need to write it. It's a lifetime project. I've been thinking and working on it for years. But I hope it's part of my New Year's resolution. I hope that at some point in 2026 I'll be able to write something that I'm satisfied and be able to publish it then. That's the plan. Cosmina Emerson, before Jesus, humanity was hive mind. I don't believe that. So I appreciate that you believe that, it's okay. But I personally don't believe this. I believe that before Jesus, there was a lot of civilizations, a lot of spiritual belief, a lot of systems of thoughts, a lot of wisdom. I believe that there was so much love and wisdom and intelligence back then, before, way before Jesus. Jesus was another one. He added some things, and it's great. Buddha also, so many more. But there's always been some wisdom in humans. And we can see it through the understanding that we have of ancient civilizations. Now, we don't have much because, sadly, every time a new religion, a new system is in place, they destroy everything else. And so typically, I hate to say this, but Christians, they destroyed everything. Wherever they went, they colonialized everyone, they enslaved everyone, and they destroyed everything. And so let's say the Mayan, the Aztec, all those people from South America, all the knowledge has been all destroyed because the Spanish people who were there to promote Christianity didn't want to have any traces left. And it's the same all over the world. All the remnants we have, even Egypt, with the pharaohs, all those things have been destroyed because people were trying to erase the past and make people believe that it all started from Jesus. And so if you believe that, again, I understand why. If you, again, environment, if you grew up in a place where everyone telling you it's because of Jesus or it's all because of Allah, it doesn't matter which side, I don't side for anyone, or it's all Buddha and they're all wrong, then you've been brainwashed into believing something. And I don't want to tell you that you are wrong. I accept that it's true in your world. So I'm not trying to convince anyone of right or wrong. I'm just telling you how I see it. This is my truth. Take it or leave it, and it's fine. And I still love you as a person. But I need to say my piece. I need you to know that I don't want to allow anyone to come on my channel and say, Jesus changed everything and you must bow to him, or Allah, or anyone else for that matter. For me, it's really about respecting everyone's belief. And so that's why I'm saying this, right? So often I put some post about Jesus, and I'm not against Christianism, but it's just that there's so much people who are trying to convert people into Christianism, whereas there are very few with Islam. There's none with Judaism. They're very, they keep to themselves. It's a different system. And with Buddhism, it's the same. Hinduism is the same. People understand from Buddhist perspective that we go towards them. We don't need to be, when it comes to the divine and spiritual stuff, it's a personal journey. And so it comes from the inside out. Someone has got to go through that journey themselves. If you are being kind of convinced by others, it doesn't work like that. This is not faith. This is a whole different thing. It's more tribalism, trying to get people to join your troops and to feel safe within your troops. And so yes, so Cosmila, I hope you understand what I'm saying. Oh, you still at it. After crash, humanity became individual-sized, free kingdom of heaven within. So I'm going to ignore this, and I hope that you are just a bit behind. I hope that I was just a bit behind because I'm reading it. I'm talking about stuff, but I hope that we're on the same wavelength. Kay Stevens, can we talk about how to start healing from an enablers, codependency traits, and how to stop people-pleasing habits? So I need to be more specific about. I need to understand specifically what you're talking about. How to start healing from an enablers, codependency traits, and how to stop people-pleasing habits. So I'm going to make it simple. What you want to talk about is people-pleasing, right? Could you correct me on? Could you confirm this for me, please? And I'm going to go a little bit in that direction, and hopefully I will get more confirmation from you as I go along. But if you are talking about people-pleasing, the reason you people please is because you have learned that behavior. It's because that behavior was needed when you were a child. You had to please people for either of two things, or both. Either to stay safe or to be seen and accepted. And so basically, as a child, we have some needs. And the first need is to feel safe. But we also need to be seen. We need to feel that we belong. We need to feel accepted. We need to feel supported for who we are. So what it means is that if I'm not safe as a child, if I suffer from abuse, I will have to create a system to keep myself safe. If my caregivers are not protecting me, I will come up with something to protect myself. So it can be fight, flight, freeze, or phone. Phoning is people-pleasing. So basically it means going along with the abuser so that we're going to limit the damage. Appeasing, try to pacify by saying yes, by going along with whatever they say. But there may not be abuse. It could be the lack of presence. It could be neglect. If the parents are not there and showing us that they support us, they love us, they accept us for who we are all the time, now, as a child, we're going to think, my parents don't love me unconditionally. So it means that I'm not always safe. So we are back to that safety notion. So I need to do anything that I can to grab the attention. That's why siblings often fight for attention, because from their perspective, they're all from that position, they're all experiencing things from a position of, I need to feel safe. So they will do everything to get the attention of the parents. And one of the things that they can do to get their attention is to say yes, to phone, to please them, is to make them proud, is to do everything to make mommy and daddy happy. And so this is things that we do, again, subconsciously. We don't think about those things. But because we did that as a child, if you haven't upgraded that, because whatever we repeat or we reinforce, then that will become more and more automatic into the way we interact with people and in society. And so the first step is to recognize this, is to find out, why am I like this? Why did I need to do that for? And then if you can find out what it is, either abuse or neglect, then tell yourself now, okay, so what it means is that if I'm saying yes to people, if I'm trying to please others, even though I don't feel like it, it's because I want to feel safe. So ask yourself, that thing that they're asking me to do that I don't want to say yes to, but I feel that I have to say yes, if I say no, is it really unsafe to me? Is it going, is someone going to abuse me? Or is everyone going to dismiss me, reject me, point the finger at me, and treat me like a pariah and abandon me? No, it's just a no. We want to change the association we have with saying no, with setting boundaries. I want to realize that saying no doesn't mean I'm in danger. Doesn't mean I don't like you. Doesn't mean I'm going to create confrontation that I don't know how to deal with if it happens. It only means no, because I prefer that and I'm safe and I can say no. I'm a grown up and an adult. There's nothing they can do now. I can find my own worth. I can learn how to love myself. I can learn how to find my tribe, find the right people who can see me and love me and accept me for who I am. And I don't need to do anything else for those people. Is that what you meant? Kay Stevens. Katie Robertson, looking good. Thank you very much. Katie Robertson, all my love to you. Thank you so much. Same to you. Cosmina, Jesus came to evolve humanity, not to be worshipped, but to be... Gosh, you still on it? Example for... Let's see what you add. Example for humanity to see Allah, Buddha, same. Okay, so yeah, so we agree, right? Jesus is not at the top. He's not the boss. Jesus is, they're all a bunch of friends, right? Jesus, Buddha, Bob Marley, John Lennon, all of them, they're all the same, right? That's what I'm trying to say. And I hope that we agree on that. Yellow Summer, you are really great at your job, Didi. Thank you so much. I'm glad you appreciate. Thought number one, fun forever. Did you ever wrestle? I'm not sure about that question. This is a page that I'm creating for mental health, for psychology, for personal development, for personal growth. And so I hope that we're going to be talking about sort of things and respect the tone of that live stream, please. Bella Nersa heart emoji, I agree, thank you. Shana Cotton, my mother was an alcoholic and committed suicide. I look for her in my partners. How do I stop looking for my mother in relationships? Okay. It depends how badly it affects you. My recommendation for people who've been through heavy stuff like that would be always to seek professional help, right? Therapy. But let me see from that live stream perspective if I can give you something. My mother was an alcoholic and committed suicide. I'm sorry to hear about this. I look for her in my partners. How do I stop looking for my mother in relationships? The way that I use it, the way I would deal with that is to use hypnotherapy. To find out about your subconscious belief and then reprogram them from where it is. From a conscious perspective, you have already done something. You have an awareness that you are attracted to people who are somehow reminding you or making you feeling like your mom in the past. So this is a great thing to have, that level of self-awareness. I want you to tell me more about yourself. Do you suffer from depression yourself? Do you have some dark thoughts yourself? Or are you more, do you see yourself like the person who is the helper, the carer? Do you believe that your identity, your role in life is to help others? So you end up with people who are basically seeking help like your mother needed back then? Because the problem, what is the problem? Because it is not necessarily a problem. You may find some people with whom you connect with and with whom you can help them, and it can happen, it can be happy. So what is the problem? Is it because you attract people like that, but then you're not able to help them, and then you are both going back into that space, that the situation of disempowerment, helplessness, powerlessness, and hopelessness? Is that it? Yellow Summer, yes, this is true. Thank you. Irene, hello. Oh, hello, Irene. Thank you for coming. I see you put a lot of comment on my videos, so thank you for the support and the interaction and the appreciation. Tom Morer, hello again, Didi. My question: in social situations, I mostly have only one goal in mind: to be liked by other people. I need to have the same opinion on everything, etc. How do I start to be myself? You won't find out why you're like that. There's all sorts of reasons as to why you may be like that. This could be just a symptom. A lot of things that we have, that we call problems, they're not the real problem. They are the symptom of a problem. And so, for instance, I had that problem myself for a long time because I've got conditions. So typically, one of my conditions is borderline personality disorder. And people who have BPD, we don't know who we are. And we do anything just to belong, to be loved, to be accepted, because there's only one thing that matters to us, is to feel seen, so that we don't fear being abandoned again. And so, do you believe that you have any conditions yourself? To be liked by other people. I need to have the same opinion on everything. So it sounds like me, just like what I said, you will go along with anything just to make sure that you are accepted by others. You start to be yourself first by understanding about yourself. Find out if you have any conditions. Find out if you have any unhealed wounds. Find out if you have any thing like that. Tell me more. What sort of thoughts do you have? What sort of patterns are happening? I need to create a visual in my mind so that I can have something to address. Because at the moment, I have a situation, but I don't know you. So I need to know something about you. If you can tell me a bit more about yourself, that'd be great, please. Cosmina, we talk later, me and you. Alien, okay, fantastic. Okay, so Jesus and Alien. It's getting better. Tom, message retracted. Cosmina, you're safe. Lion. Is it a tiger or a lion? Veritas ratio. There's no evidence for any God's existence. But this is the thing. God doesn't need a verification. People forget about this. God is a faith, it's a belief. And so if I have faith, this is the whole thing about faith. You need to believe in it. For me, God exists, but I see the universe, I don't see a person. And it only exists if we believe in it. If you have a fact, if it's demonstrated by science, it's no longer God, it's no longer faith. There's no need for that. It's science. The whole point of religion, spirituality, and faith is that we want to believe in that. So there will never be any proof of God. And so that goes for both sides, the scientists and the religious people. Religious people, they need to stop believing that God is true and it's a fact. It's not, it's a personal belief. And also, scientists, they must stop trying to prove the existence of God. We can't prove it. By definition, it's something that we believe in. And so the whole beauty of it is that it's never going to be demonstrated. It's never going to be proven. That's the whole point of it. Otherwise, there's no point in faith, right? But I understand that the scientists are trying to basically put back the religious people in place. So they are both arguing on something, and they are both coming from a different place, they don't speak the same language, and they will never agree because of that. And because of one reason, because people from both sides have forgotten that faith is personal. It's our personal relationship with the divine, with God, with the universe, whatever that you call it. It's not a fact. It doesn't have to be demonstrated. We don't need to prove the existence of God. God exists in our heart, and that's the only place it exists. That's it. Big true. I'm not going to block you just yet because it's not offensive. You just say something that is a bit candid, and it's okay. You look like Wes body. Okay, I don't mind. I don't mind. It's not a bad thing. I normally don't wear clothes like that when I go live. I try to be, I mean, I always come after work anyway, so I will be wearing my white shirt or my jacket. But today is my day off, and I wanted to come here all the same. And so this is my Christmas jumper that my husband got me yesterday. Again, it's the Freddy Krueger kind of Christmas jumper. But yeah, this is me on my day off. Tom, I think it's because when I was young, my parents told me multiple times they regret having me. They withdrew love and locked me in the basement. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear. And if I didn't do exactly what they said, I'm so sorry to hear that. People can be so fucking cruel, fucking horrible. I'm so sorry for this. I really feel bad. I understand. You need to realize that whatever happened to you back then was then. You were a child and you were at the mercy of your parents, and they treated you like that because they suffered. Only hurt people. And so it's not that they've chosen, are we going to be kind or cruel to a kid? They didn't choose it. They just were like that because that's all they knew. They carried a lot of hurt themselves, and they didn't know how to deal with that in any other way. Or they probably had been treated like that themselves by their own parents. And so they just carried something like some sort of curse that is passed on from generations to generations. But what I want you to realize is that you are no longer that child. You can learn how to love yourself again now. So you have a lot of work to unpack. But you want to learn how to love yourself. You didn't get the love from your parents, but it doesn't say anything about you. Because your parents didn't love you, doesn't mean that you are not lovable. It doesn't mean that you're not worthy. It doesn't mean that you're not enough. It doesn't mean that you're not special, that you're not important. It only means that they couldn't love you because they were overwhelmed with their own shit, with their own problems, with their own past, with their own trauma, with their own wounds. It's got nothing to do with you. So it takes some time, and you may not do it. You may not be able to do it just like that on your own. If you can seek professional help, you can do it much, much quicker. But you can also spend some time reflecting on it. It's going to take time, but accept the idea that whatever happened to you doesn't mean that. Change the meaning of this. It doesn't mean anything about you. It only means that they were fucked up. They suffered. They were in pain. It's not their fault. We didn't choose it. However, as far as your childhood is concerned, it was their fault. Because they are the parents. They should have known better. And they couldn't. Again, we didn't choose it, but they couldn't. So they were the bad guys, not you. When we're a child, we can't do but experience things and take things personally because we don't have any other point of view but ourselves, right? We don't have any perspective because we're still experiencing things from our vantage point. And so everything is because of us. And when it comes to the caregivers, when they hurt us or when they are horrible to us, we can't hate them because we need them. And so we're going to redirect the hatred towards ourselves. They're treating me like that because I'm unworthy, because it's my fault, because I'm bad, because I've been a bad boy, because I'm evil, there's a demon inside of me, or whatever that they say. And it's not true. But we believe that because at that point in time, our brain is not evolved enough to have perspective. And so we believe that it's ourselves. Now, however, you can learn how to expand your mind and realize that it's got nothing to do with you. It's because of them. And so if you can accept that, first and foremost, the next phase is for you to learn how to love yourself again. Right? To learn how to love yourself is different for everyone, but the main thing that we want to do really is to learn how to realize that if you are feeling so low about yourself is because the voice of your parents is still in your head. The voice that you are hearing that is constantly putting you down, What's wrong with me? I will never have the good things in life. I will never find love. I'm just too stupid. I'm ugly. I'm irrelevant, or whatever that may be. That voice is their voice. It is not your voice. It's not the truth. It's not a fact. It's just an echo that is reverberating in the back of your mind because you didn't know. And so we are, again, I was talking about it at the beginning of this live stream, we are the continuum, the momentum of everything that happened to us up to this point. And until we realize that we are the momentum of it, we will continue in that direction, believing that this is me, this is life, this is my reality, this is my destiny, there's nothing I can do about it. But it's not true. If you can realize that you are only a momentum, you can change everything by letting go of whatever doesn't serve you anymore, then you're going to change the direction of the momentum a little bit more and more every day, and eventually you will go in the direction you want to go, which is there, as opposed to there. And so that video, you can replay it from tomorrow. It will be uploaded on YouTube, and you can replay it from the beginning. I talk about it at the beginning of the video. For those who are not familiar to my channel, all my live streams are left on my page, but they all need to be found the next day because it takes a few hours for YouTube to upload it. And so yes, let's talk more about this if you want, but I need more information from you. But at this point in time, I think I've said enough. Something for you to think about. First, whatever happens to you doesn't mean anything about you as a person. And number two, learn how to love yourself by starting to talk to yourself like your best friend, like someone who cares for you. That voice is not yours, it's their voice. And you don't have to listen to that voice anymore. You don't need to believe whatever that voice, that narrative that you have about yourself is saying. And again, I come here every week, twice a week. So some people come back, and you're more than welcome to come back and ask me questions, and I'm more than happy to talk about those things every week if it can help you. Tom. I wish to ask how to handle my 6 years of addiction if nothing worked for me till now. I used to be addicted myself up till the age of 38. I was addicted to class A drugs, alcohol, and many other things. And so I've been teetotal and free and happy and healthy and fulfilled. And so we can talk about this. It's absolutely possible to let go of any addiction. Addiction is one of my strong specialism. But I need to know more about you, please. Asda. K. Stevens, I feel like as an adoptee, I was never in a safe environment. Growing up, I felt like a puppet. Okay, I'm sorry to hear. It's very, very difficult for people who were adopted in childhood. But we can still find our ways, and we can learn how to love ourselves and let go of whatever belief we had about ourselves. Because again, whatever happened to us in childhood was never about us. It was always about the adults. It was always because of them. Mayor, hi, hello. Lee Force, hello to you. I have a phone response and know it since 6 months. I want to mail EFT with it. Okay, so you're using EFT therapy to address it? Is that what you're saying? Mayor, where are you from? Which country you're from? I was born in Paris, in France, and I've been living in London for 28 years. But if you're wondering about the look, my genetics are from China. My parents are from China, Hong Kong. But I don't see myself as a Chinese. I don't see myself as a French. I don't see myself as a British. I barely see myself as a human being. So it doesn't really matter to me. But, thank you for your interest. Pagan Guy, one of the wisest men I've ever heard, hands down. All right, thank you, Pagan Guy. Veritas ratio. The time to believe something is when sufficient evidence is presented. It's not a belief. You don't believe evidence. You accept evidence. A belief comes from faith. It doesn't come from fact and truth. It's two different things. This is why people are at war against each other, because they forget about this. I don't believe in science. I understand science. I believe in God and the universe. I believe in aliens. I believe in ghosts. I believe in unicorns. I believe in all those things. I understand science. It's two different things. We don't believe science. And this is the limit. Science is always growing and evolving, and the spiritual caters for all the things that science would never be able to demonstrate. Lee Force, please speak not so quick. I am German. German are very good in English. I'm going to, if you ask me something specifically, I will slow down for you, but I will not slow down for everything, because this is who I am, and I'm teaching people how to be themselves. And I know that also in the internet, a lot of people are trying to manipulate people, and they're going to say something like, speak louder or speak slowly. And I'm not saying that you are, but I know that there are some narcissists out there who likes to play with people online. And so because of that, I just decided to be myself, and accept that some people will get me and some people will not. I hope that you can understand what I'm saying. If not, I'm sorry, but I wish you all the best, and maybe I'm not the best person for you. However, if you want to ask me a question for you specifically, I will slow down just for you, just for your question. But I will not do it for the rest, because I have ADHD, I have all sorts of conditions, and every now and then I can speed up, I can slow down, and this is who I am, and I want people to love me for who I am. So this is what I always say, love me or leave me. You don't have to, but this is who I am. Okay? The force. Very veracious. If you cannot demonstrate it to be true, why would you believe it? So just explain it, right? Because belief is a whole different place than science. Tom Moore, I'm 23. I have diagnosed light depressive episode and diagnosed ADHD. Okay, I'm in therapy currently with the outlook of trauma therapy next year, but it will be a few months. Okay, so you're fine. You're going on that journey. So my advice to you is take it one step at a time, and don't expect for everything to change like that. Healing is not a destination. Healing is a journey. It's about you discovering more about yourself. And I don't know, you said you're 23. Okay, so you have 23 years of habit to change. It's not going to happen like that. If you think, I'm not good enough and I need to heal in order to be good enough, now you're going to hold yourself back. It's going to be harder for you to heal, because you're going to constantly tell yourself, I'm not here, I'm still there, what's wrong with me? I want to be happy, I should be there. And the more you do this, the harder you're making it for yourself. And so instead, focus on the progress. Focus on the baby steps. Focus on the other things. Focus on how far you've come already. Remember, I'm sure that you were in the worst place in the past. And if you're doing therapy, it will get better and better, but focus on the journey. And appreciate everything as it comes, and do your best to accept. This is who I am. I'm not perfect. I've got depression. I'm learning how to understand my ADHD, but I can love myself. I want you to learn how to let go of the shame, let go of the pressure, let go of the stress, let go of the self-blame, the self-hatred. There's nothing wrong about you. You're learning how to discover who you are and how you can make the most of who you are now. So it's a journey that's going to take some time, and it's okay, because it's an exciting journey. You can find out more about yourself every day, every month, every year, all your life. And so take your time, trust the process, and focus on the progress. Murtazogzoni Ibrahimov, you look great in this clothing. Thank you. Again, it's my Christmas look. Kevin, I admire your program. Okay, thank you. Person with a question. Oh, hello. Hi, Didi. Happy to see you streaming. Thank you. Happy to have you here. Kevin, doing shows today. Okay. Leaf Force. Yes, thanks. We're in pain. Leaf Force. Phone response means to learn and to love yourself. I'm 62, just an echo of what was. Okay, so are you saying that, so you're the one who needs me to speak slowly, right? Leaf Force. Okay, so Leaf Force, I'm going to slow down just for you. What do you want to know about phone response? I mean, to learn to love yourself. Phone response means to protect. When you phone, you are not doing this because you love yourself. You're doing this because you feel unsafe. So phoning means I mean, say yes to everyone. And you don't do this because you want people to be happy. You do this because you don't feel safe. And you believe that if I say yes, now you're going to regulate your nervous system. You're going to soothe yourself. I said yes, I'm safe now. Or maybe I said yes, so I'm seen. So you will feel better because of that. You will feel safer. So phoning is not a good thing to do. It's something that we do because we don't know what else to do at this point in time. But you don't want to continue phoning. You want to learn how to put yourself first. You want to learn how to, yes, prioritize your own happiness. You matter. You come first. It's your life. It's your story. It's your journey. And so you must be the central character of your book. You don't come after anyone. And so one thing that can be useful is to remind yourself that self first is not selfish. Maybe that could help. Kevin, amazing that you give your time like this. Thank you. Lally, Freddy Krueger. Yes, it's a Freddy Krueger jumper. It's Santa's interpretation from my husband. He gave me this yesterday. He's into horror movies. And because, yeah. Leaf Force, how to learn yourself. How do you mean, how to learn yourself? How to learn how to love yourself? Is that what you mean? If you're asking me how to learn how to love yourself, I've created a video 3 weeks ago that you can find on my channel. It's a long form video. It's only 7 minutes. And it's called Self-Love 101. Check it out. And on the thumbnail, it says how to love yourself. Tom, thank you really much. I appreciate your thoughts a lot. Thank you. Do you have good experience with EMDR therapy? And are there other trauma therapies you can recommend? I can recommend you what I do. I am an RTT therapist, and so obviously I am biased, but I can only talk about the things that I really know. So I know that EMDR can work very well for some people. A lot of my colleagues do that. But I am an RTT therapist, and it's a protocol that is also very powerful for depression, for anything to do with trauma, and with us being emotionally dysregulated. And so with ADHD, because we live in a society that is not typically the depression could come because of that. Not because of the ADHD, but because of the expectations and the pressure of society that is making us believe that there's something wrong about ourselves. And so with the RTT, what we do, we use hypnosis to take you back into the memories of your past, when your mind created those beliefs, those triggers, those blocks that are subconscious, that were there originally to protect you. And I changed the energy, the emotional intensity of those memories, so that you don't need to have those systems working for you anymore. I hope it makes sense. So that would be my recommendation. If you can find a good RTT therapist, RTT is a very, very powerful system, but you need to find someone who understands the sort of things you are going through, and someone who has some experience as well in using RTT for that. Vova, hi Didi, hello. I love to play video games, but my wife doesn't like when I play. We always fight. Should I completely stop my hobby for love? Finding middle ground isn't an option. We tried. So you need to learn how to you need to learn how to reassess your whole relationship. It's not about the video game, because the video game is only a pretext. Whatever the video game has created, the problem is not the video game. The problem is that you don't understand each other, and you don't accept each other for who you are. Your wife is expecting you to be someone else. So it means that you may stop the video game, but there will be something else that she will want you to do or not do. And so it's endless. You want to address the problem at the root. You need to both accept each other and accept that it's okay for us to do certain things separately. And we can create some systems so that we spend some time together as well. But if you don't respect someone else's, just 1 second, please. If we don't respect our partner's preferences, the relationship is doomed. A relationship is about two people understanding and accepting each other and finding ways to do things together. But it's not about controlling someone. I want you to do this for me. I want you to be there for me always. I want you to always listen to me. There's a time and a place for everything. We need to be on the same wavelength. We need to discuss how we can make this happen. And it's got to be give and take, 50-50, right? And so it depends. If you are obsessed and you are always doing the video game and your wife never sees you, then maybe you're just not meant to be together. Maybe she needs to be with someone. Maybe she needs to have someone who is more doing things like she enjoys doing. It's never about because of one person or the other person. It's just a matter of being aligned or not in that relationship. And the most important aspect of a relationship is to accept the person as they are, and realize that we all change, we all grow, we all evolve, and we want to do this together, right? But we don't want to change someone. I don't want to change my husband, and he doesn't want to change me, or at least not anymore. We've been together for 21 years now. We accept that this is who I am, this is who you are. Can we be happy like that? Can we grow together? Can we heal together? And so if the answer is yes, now we are going the right direction together. But if you think, I'm right, but they're wrong, now there's a problem, right? It's about growing and healing together. We must stop seeing the other person in a relationship like the other one. It's because of him, it's because of her, it's because of them, or it's because of me. It's never because of me, it's never because of them. It's because of everything. So we just want to understand how can we work together as a team to go in the same direction. If you always fight, it doesn't sound so great to me. But then again, are you working? Are you aware that you may have baggage, the both of you, and you can work on it together? It's not about finding the middle ground. It's about going in the same direction together. Kay Stevens, people pleasing to poor authority figures, adopted parent trusted and left alone with. She was a bad role model, in my opinion, today. I did not feel safe with her decisions pertaining to her values. I'm sorry to hear that, Kay. Do you want to talk about this? Lee Force, yes, I make EFT from Chinese medicine, and I say one sentence and make ... Helen Gaspard. Bonsoir, Didi, merci pour tout. So she's saying in French, good evening, thank you for everything. Tout le plaisir est pour moi. Thank you. Haywire Crackhead. Hello. Lee Force, thanks a lot. No one like you. Okay, thank you. If anything that I said was useful to you, I'm happy with this. Brandy Wright, I am a very empathetic person, and emotions are pain, or a type of pain / feeling to me. And I'm getting out of a relationship where my emotions were dismissed and problems were not solved but forgotten. Just 1 second, please. My watch is telling me that I should post my TikTok post of my third one. Just bear with me, please. I'm going to go back to it. I just need to do this very quickly. The world is full of friends.
There's a couple I laughed at too.
Yep. Just bear with me, please. The world is... Okay. So let's go back to Brandy. So let me read again. There are two back to back. I'm getting out of a relationship where my emotions were dismissed and problems were not solved but forgotten about by him. But I'm having to still live with him until I can get on my feet again. How can I heal while still in this situation? You think about it like something temporary, as it is. See yourself like finishing a prison sentence. Count down. Write down every day. You're in prison, you know that freedom is near, and so count your days. That's all you can do. If you are still with someone that is creating stress and distress, then it's going to be terribly difficult for you to heal, because you are still in a state of survival. You still have to deal with him every day. So your subconscious mind, your resentment, all of those things, they're still there, they're triggered every day. The first thing you need to do is to feel safe away from that person. So if you have to live with that person until you are gone, able to fly on your own wings, count your days. If you can live before, do it before. Right? But it's for you to find out what is easier for you. What is your path of least resistance? What is the least bad option? What is the easiest one out of all the options? Is it better for you to live straight away and deal with everything on your own, or is it better for you to stick for a little while longer until it's easier on you? Whatever you choose is your decision. But know that there's an expiry date to your suffering as far as this person is concerned. And as long as you are with him, it's going to be very difficult to heal. Right? We can be either in a state of survival or in a state of growth. And so healing is growth. As long as you are exposed to the threat, you cannot heal. You are still dealing with surviving with that threat. Does it make sense, Brandy? Person with a question. My question. A dream triggered me, and I think I judged and rejected a part of me accidentally during facing it. This brought dissociation for several days. Any suggestions? Let's try again. Let me try to understand. A dream triggered you. You say, I think I judged and rejected a part of me accidentally during that dream. Okay? This brought dissociation for several days. Okay? How are you feeling now? If you're okay now, that's all that matters. When things happen, are you worried about it happening again? Whatever we deal with, we can. I'm trying to understand your problem, because this happened in the past, right? What is the problem? Is it the fear of disassociating again? Do you often disassociate? Do you have patterns? I would address it like that. If you can tell me about some patterns of anything that can trigger you and get you into the state of disassociations. Are you going through a lot of stress? Are you anxious? Do you have a lot on your plate? Are you dealing with your own conditions? Because again, we often look at symptoms like problems, but they're only the natural symptoms of everything else that are underlying, that are the real problems that we should address directly. Bossy Trophy. Hi, sir. Hello. Kevin, any suggestion for living alone? What do you mean? What is the problem? You want to live alone, or because you don't want to live alone, you feel depressed and lonely? I don't understand. Kevin. Leave force. Let go of cross. I think I'm a little child. I like to learn. Okay. Bossy Trophy. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. RTT from Jihad. It stands for Rapid Transformational Therapy. It's the system, the protocol that I use with my clients within my practice. It's like hypnotherapy on steroid. Solomon is shame feeling means I don't have the right to exist. Metaphor, dangerous feeling. Yes, shame is bad. Shame is toxic. Shame is dangerous. Shame, along with fear, are the two things that create all mental and emotional problems. And so shame is a terrible belief we have to stop entertaining in our mind. We need to let go of that. It's an illusion. It's not true. It doesn't exist. Shame, sins. Yeah. And to that instance, I created a video again called Shame Will Ruin You. Check it out. I put it out a month ago, and on the thumbnail it says Toxic Shame. It's an 8 minutes video. Check it out. You might find it useful. I talk about the difference between shame and guilt, how shame is toxic, how guilt can be useful. So we need to understand the difference between shame and guilt. Yellow Summer. Thanks, Didi. Gotta go, but you are very helpful. Fantastic. Thank you. You can always replay that video again for those who are new on my channel. By the next day, whatever live streams I do are always eventually fully uploaded by YouTube. Jonah, did you say Ayla Vanel? No, I didn't. What is or who is Ayla Vanel? Lee Force, yes, exclamation mark. Just us black, handsome man. All right, thank you. I'm handsome. Thank you very much. My ego thanks you. Kay Stevens, as far as they couldn't love you, might have something to do with an extremely jealous sibling who never could get enough attention. I see that now with an adopted brother who was too bonded to her. Yeah. So basically, as children, you all individually tried your best to survive. But your sibling, just like you, was doing its best to get some love, feel safe in this world. Grateful one, anyone who tries bringing you down, bro, is already beneath you. It's not that simple. It's not like that. I understand what you're coming from, and it's kind of you to support the people who've been hurt by others. But we need to realize that hurt people are also hurt people, right? They're not beneath anyone. I used to hurt a lot of people because bipolar, BPD, CPTSD, I used to be a piece of shit, horrible human being. And I hated myself. But I couldn't do any otherwise because I didn't know any better. So people are not beneath you. People are the way they are because of their own trauma and the way they have dealt with their trauma, the way they have developed in their own way because of X, Y, Z. No one chooses to be nasty. No one chooses to be a narcissist. No one chooses to be borderline. No one chooses to be any of those things. No one chooses to lack empathy. We are whichever we are because, again, genetics and environment, upbringing, and all of those things. And so we don't want to think that we are better than anyone. Everyone is the same. If it helps you, if you've been hurt by someone, and it helps you for your healing process to believe that they are bad, yes, they are bad, absolutely. But eventually, once you have healed, you want to realize that, okay, I needed to let go of my anger. So I had to believe that them. But now that I have let go of the anger, the fear, the resentment, I can see things from a broader perspective and realize I don't have to think of them any way lesser. We are all human, we're all doing our best, and so did they. But thank you, grateful for standing for the underdogs. I assume that that's what you're doing, right? Kevin, how to change the old mental tapes? It's different for all of us, but it starts with having that awareness that you can choose your thoughts. The mental tape is just thoughts that are there. And so you can choose a different thought. I do this all the time here. Thoughts are just thoughts. They're not true, they're not fact, they're not important. They're not there necessarily always also to help you. They're just there. It's just like noise. It's like you're walking in the street and there's some music playing. You can choose to ignore the music, or you can choose to hold that song and sing it in your head. It's the same. You don't have to do this with all of your thoughts, right? So how do you change your mental tape? By choosing better thoughts. Right now, look at me. What do you see? Freddy Krueger? Something like that. And in that moment, you've seen maybe Freddy Krueger in your head. Now, I put the thought of Freddy Krueger in your head. I did that. It came from me. It doesn't mean anything at all. It's just a thought. You can choose your own thought, right? If I get you to think about Freddy Krueger from Friday Nightmare on Elm Street, then you can choose whatever thought you want as well. That's all you gotta do. Choose thoughts that are better. And eventually, as you choose better thoughts, you will start to feel better about yourself because it will be better thoughts. So what you want to do is to address the thoughts that are the problem and choose to think the opposite, right? So if you think, this happened to me, and because of that, I believe that I'm not enough. I believe that I'm not important. No one cares about me. I'm invisible. I am unlovable. Change those thoughts. It's not true. I am visible, I am important, I matter, I am lovable. Find ways to remind yourself why you are lovable. I'm a nice guy, I'm funny, I care for people, I have those special interests that makes me very good at those things, whatever it may be. Gather evidence that you are enough, that you matter, that you are worthy, and learn how to love yourself. And eventually, as you focus more on those thoughts, you start to feel better about yourself. And your new, better thoughts will start to replace the old, obsolete, negative thoughts over time by virtue of repetition. Lee Force. Thanks, TD, very much. Merry Christmas. Okay, thank you, Lee Force. Wisdom is mine. Is depression major reason? Is negativity? How to avoid depression? Depression is the system that we have when we've been through certain things in our life. So it's not something that we fall into. It's something that we're exposed to in childhood. We have a propensity for that. It's a big topic. Depression is when we are overwhelmed, and so there's a part of us that is dealing with that overwhelm by shutting us down because it's just too much. And so typically we're going to shut down our emotions because we're going to be growing up believing that some emotions are bad. If I'm a child and I'm being taught to be quiet, to be a good boy, a good girl, I need to believe that if I'm myself, if I'm too loud, if I'm too spontaneous, if I'm my authentic self, it's bad. The adults, they don't like it. They don't love me in that moment. And so I'm going to hold this, I'm going to repress this, it's too much. I'm going to shut it down, and I'm going to be depressed because I would have disconnected from myself, from my expression, from my emotions, from my human experience, which is feelings, emotions, sensations, right? So it's not negativity. We don't choose negativity, but we are exposed to negativity. If we are surrounded by people who are repressing us, who are not emotionally intelligent, which is sadly the case for most parents, not because they're bad, but because no one teaches us about it. And so, yes, how to avoid depression by creating a better society where people are emotionally literate and they know how to raise their kids. They understand about children's psychology so that the kids can be themselves and they can learn how to behave, but in a loving way, without punishment, without being shut down or ignored or any of those things. This is how we avoid depression, by creating a better society, a better system to raise kids, a better system for work environment. We want to change the whole structure of society. We want to let go of the old dogmas of sins, shame, guilt, fear, all those things, us versus them. Yeah, it's a big job, but this is what we want to do. Grateful one, this letting go isn't a single moment. It's a way of being, a way of seeing. Feels much like an exhale that release. And every time I release that, what I thought was me, what remains is freedom. Good on you, grateful one. You seem to be in a good place in your journey. Good on you. Solomon, thank you. Thank you, Solomon. Person with a question. In my dream, I saw myself accepting an insincere apology from abusive person. I saw myself accepting an insincere apology. Okay. So the dream made me anxious that I'm becoming the old me. I emotionally adjusted, but was losing time afterward for many days. So use that dream to address how you're going to be in your everyday life. That dream is basically telling you that you must stand for yourself. You must stop saying yes when you want to say no. You must not accept an apology if it doesn't feel sincere. You must not allow people to abuse you anymore. Basically, what happens in our dreams is that we have a lot of emotions that we go through all the day. And as we sleep, our brain is going to process all of those emotions and it's going to create some stories to back them up. And so sometimes it can be all over the place, but it's all to do with how we feel in our life every day. And so whatever you felt during your dream is telling you about how you feel in your awakened state. And so basically work on your people pleasing, on your confidence, on your self-love, sort of things. It doesn't mean anything else than that. It's not a prophecy. It's not telling you you're going to become your old self. No, it's just you literally replaying some event that you had been through in the day, consciously or subconsciously, in a different way. Grateful. Well said, brother. Thank you for reminding me we all carry trauma. Okay, thank you. Thank you. K. Stevens, self first is not being selfish. I will always remember that, Didi. Thank you. Growing up, watching my mom and grandmother put up with kissing the patriarch, but it really puzzles me now. No was not an option. What matters is that no is an option for you now. Right? It's true that things were different back then, but things are changing for the better. And we're living in a good time because now we witness, but also we can experience. We can create that change for ourselves. Grateful one, really begins where thoughts. Reality begins where thoughts end. Yeah. Wisdom is mine. Is autism curable? How will it affect some but not others, please? Autism is not an illness, so it doesn't have to be cured, right? Autism is just a different way of thinking. It's like ADHD. It's a different system. It's a different operation system. It's like, I don't know, you have iPhone and you have Android. You're not going to fix Android, it's just a different system. Right? And so autism is the same. We need to realize that society kind of make it hard for people who are neurodivergent because it's not designed for them. And so we want to change that society. We want to make a society that is kinder, that has more empathy, that can understand that people with any conditions, they can function in their own way if they're not pressured by society in any ways. People who are autistic, they can really, really thrive. Now, there's some level of autism that are making it much, much harder. But even for them, they may not be able to produce things. But if society was kind enough, they'll be able to support those people so that they can have a happy existence, happy life. And so the illness is not the autistic people. The illness lies in society, the structure of society, the judgment. People are judgmental. People don't understand. It comes from ignorance. They don't know. And so we need to judge people. That person is inferior. That person is stupid. That person is weak. Instead of, why is that person like that? How can we help them? The quality of society lies in how we treat people who are the most vulnerable. And so, yes, it's not an illness, so it's not curable. But we can find a way to make it easier for everyone. Why is it affecting some and not others? Because of genetics. We are born different, and so in our DNA, we have a propensity, a hypersensitivity that is slightly different for everyone. And for some of us, it's going to impair the way our brain is going to develop. Wisdom is mine. Brilliant answer on depression question. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. Solomon, how one can distinguish between what is favored by himself versus what was enforced on him early to be acceptable, which he contained as part of him later on. You want to learn how to listen to your body, learn how to listen to your intuition, learn how to listen to your emotions, to your feelings, to the sensations in your body. Learn how to reconnect with your body as opposed to think about it. If you think about it, now everything you've been taught are going to be the filters that are going to basically tell you what is right or wrong. But the reason we suffer is because there's a discrepancy between how we feel and what we think. There's a mind here and there's a mind there. This is 95% of your mind, your body, your nervous system, your heart, your feelings, your emotions. And so how do you distinguish between what we've been taught and programmed to believe and what is really us? By listening to our body. Your intuition, your body, your inner being will tell you what feels right. But it's a skill that we need to develop because we've been taught to not only ignore our emotions and our intuition, but also we've been taught to dismiss it. It's just stupid. It's for old wives' tales, old women, stupid stuff. Men, clever, intelligent, brain, logic. And the truth of the matter is that they are both as important. I mean, three of them. We have a rational mind, cognitive, logical intelligence, and we have an emotional one, and we have an intuitive one, our gut. And those three minds, they have a different language, a different strength, different time, different purpose, but they're all as important. And so if you want to know what is really aligned with yourself, listen to how you feel. Follow your highest excitement. Whatever feels right, correct, feels peaceful or exciting to you is you. If you are doing something and it doesn't feel right, you know it. You know it. We all have that. We just dismiss it. I'm talking about intuition. So both intuition and emotions. Lee Force, did you really sort root from Rana Win? What do you think of IT? I don't understand Rana Win or IT. I don't understand, Lee Force. I'm sorry. Wisdom is mine. Is depression major cause of autism? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's two different things. Now, a lot of people with autism are depressed because, again, society is unkind. So people are going to make them believe that there's something wrong about them. You're too slow, you're too stupid, you're broken, you're too clumsy, or whatever it may be. And it's not like that. But because they don't know, they're going to have shame and they can believe that it's their fault. And that creates depression. There's something wrong about me, I'm not enough. It's always because of me. Why can't I get this right? What's wrong with me? Why do I feel like an alien? Why do I never feel that I belong in this world with other people? Instead of realizing that we are different, and it's not your fault, it's just that society made you believe that it was your fault. And so because of that, a lot of people who have autism will suffer from depression, anxiety, unaliving themselves. Kay Stevens, interesting comment, Brandy. I feel the same way. Very insightful comments to me. My ex physically shoved me out of his way and was ashamed of me for some reasons. Well, it's a good thing that he's your ex, right? Anyone who's ashamed of you, fuck them. Sorry, I'm seeing a lot of effort today. I think it's because I'm wearing my Christmas jumper. I feel like because I'm not wearing my professional clothes, I'm more myself, and I can say fuck more. And so, F him. He doesn't matter. Let him be, wish him the best, but you don't have to believe that whatever they did to you, you don't need to believe that whatever they said to you has any value. It doesn't have any value. It's not important. It's their baggage, it's their burden that they're projecting over you, it's not you. And you're much better off without him. Okay. Person with a question. Thanks, Didi. I appreciate your insight. Thank you. Wisdom is mine. Another brilliant answer for autism. Thanks. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate. Yeah, because I see a lot of stupid propaganda like Donald Trump saying that, and the other guy, RFK, autism is an illness, and it's not. It's so not. We are regressing. We're going back in the medieval times. You know, back in the days, not even in the 1990s, even in 2008, people were still in mental asylum if they had Down syndrome, if they had cerebral palsy, if they had autism, and it's just wrong. Now we understand. Things are changing. But back in the medieval times, anyone who was different, they were treated like witches. They're like the reasons of all the problems of the village. And this is backward thinking. Autism is not an illness, it's not weakness. It's just a different brain. And if we could be just better and kinder human beings, would be able to find a way to accommodate everyone. And we don't want to allow for people like Trump and RFK to propagate all of those toxic lies. Neurodivergent people have suffered enough up till now. Sasquatch, hi. Sasquatch, dropping knowledge and gems on us. Love, love, love. Thank you so much, Sasquatch. Lindsay Richard, thank you. Enjoy your content. Thank you, Lindsay. Grateful One. Brother, it's a real pleasure coming across your live. I'm definitely going to subscribe to your content. It's full of wisdom and undeniable compassion. Thank you so much. I'm glad. Your support is appreciated. Tom, what were some things you wished you learned earlier about dealing with your ADHD? ways of thinking about yourself, overcoming procrastination, organizational strategies that work for you. Okay, self-acceptance, self-love is what I have learned. I had to learn how to understand myself, how to learn how to understand my limit, how to learn how to organize something in my life so that I'm less exposed to pressure, to stress, to anything that would create problems with my ADHD. So basically, I had to create a lifestyle that supports my ADHD, as opposed to trying to fit into a mold that was never designed for people like us. And so procrastination, no problem with that, because I've chosen something that I love. So I'm obsessed. I'm hyperfixating. I'm using ADHD as my superpower now because it allows me to hyperfixate and to be obsessed with the things that I do now because I love what I'm doing. And so my advice to you is find something that you love, that you would do for free. Find something that you can't stop thinking about because it excites you. You can grow, you can create something out of it. And then if you can do this, you sorted most of your problems. You can create your life around that thing. You can organize some strategies so that this is going to be your life, as opposed to trying to be productive for others to do things that you don't like, that are not necessarily your things. And so I never overcome procrastination because I found something that doesn't require motivation. Motivation is a lie. It's a toxic lie. It's like laziness. It's all a lie. It was created by capitalism to get people to be productive. You're lazy, stop procrastinating, you should work harder. Now, if I don't feel like it, I'm not going to do this. But then no one is going to do the work that no one else wants to do. If that's the case, therefore that's why they created the sin of laziness and procrastination and all those things. Don't believe in that lie. You are meant to be doing something, do that thing. And you'll be better at anyone else at doing that thing. And because of that, you will shine in society because they need someone like you to be very good at whatever that you love. Right? Oftentimes, I talk about ADHD like that. I think one of the most important traits that we must all be aware of when we first realize that we have ADHD is to realize that it's going to be very hard, if not impossible, for us to do things that we don't want to do or things that we don't like. However, the things that we do love, special interest, we get obsessed with those things. And so it's about finding out what is that thing. And the ways of thinking about myself is to understand and accept that I have limitations. ADHD, but also CPTSD affects the way I think and the way I work. And so I know that if there's a little bit of noise, it can sometimes, depending on my state, it can really take my attention away and I forget everything. That's why I'm wearing an earplug here. Depending, sometimes I don't wear them, sometimes I wear both. Because otherwise, a little noise like that, and it's like suddenly I forget everything. And I'm upset, and I haven't got a clue about what I've been talking about in the last 10 minutes. This is my brain. So it's getting better. I've been working on it for a few years now. So, but there's still instances where I would totally zonk out and forget about everything. And so I need to realize that if I'm in a public place and it's very noisy, I need to be aware of my sensitivity to the sound, to the noise around me. And so if I need to focus, I need to find some ways to find silence. When I look after my clients or when I do my lives, I need to wear those to make sure that I'm focused. And if there was too much noise, I used to have an office in WeWork, a couple of them, different places, before the pandemic. And WeWork is a place where you can have offices with a lot of different companies. And the walls were very thin. Because of that, you could hear everything outside, next door, whatever. Because of that, I could never focus. It was impossible. It would be so stressful to me. It was really, really, really stressful. And it took me a lot of time, many years, and paying a lot of rent to them to realize that I can never work there because the noise is preventing me to focus and it's stressing me. It's stressing me so much. I had a lot of problems with my skin, with my digestion. I was really, really overwhelmed just by being there. That's because of my ADHD. But now that I understand that, I know that if I'm going to work, I need to create silence, or at least a decent level of quiet. So this is one of the things. There are many things, but I can get triggered And so I avoid places that are overwhelming to me. I have an earmuff that I often show. It's hidden in my bag. But when I go out, if I'm in a public place and I'm trying to think and there's some kids crying or shouting or doing that thing, doing the kiddie things, I put the earmuff. Otherwise, I'm going to be triggered. I won't be able to think. It's going to make me angry. And I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be that person because I know that it's me. It's got nothing to do with them. They're just being kids. They're being what they should be. But I am not able to process those things like people who are different to me. So I accept this, and somehow I'm glad that I don't have children. I would be a very lousy dad. It would be very stressful for me to be a dad because of that. So basically, you need to know your limit. You need to know your power, and you need to know your kryptonite, and then you want to organize yourself around those things. So yes, I hope that answered your question, Tom. Lee Force. Book from 2019 where two people go at the seaside. Okay. Hua Yup. I love your natural way of talking and your hearty laughter. Thank you. It's okay to not be top-notch professional all the time. Yeah, but I think it's important for people also to see who I am every now and then, and they can realize that we're all the same. When I put my therapist hat, or more my therapist white shirt and jacket, then it's a psychological thing. I know that in that moment I'm the therapist, so I'm going to be behaving in a slightly different way, and we do this all the time. We have a different behavior depending on where we are. All of us. We're not going to be the same at home. We're not going to be the same at work. We're not going to be the same when we visit our parents or siblings we haven't seen in a long time. We're not going to be the same in the bank or at the discotheque on the dance floor. So they're slightly different level, but we're all slightly different. And the way we present ourselves is going to affect us. So the way I dress up, the way I do my hair, all of those things are going to also affect and influence my sense of self in that moment. In some capacity. And so, there you go. Today you have the uncensored version of me. Person with a question. K. Stevens, he's projecting his feelings of internal shame towards you. Yep. It's misplaced. Avoid such people like the plague. We all project, so it's very true. But we all project. I project, you project, they project. If you can understand that we all project, indeed, it's much easier. But it's very important to highlight that it's not like he's bad because he's projecting. Aha, he's projecting. We all are. It's not an insult. It's not a slur. People should stop. I'm not saying that you are saying this, but a lot of people they say you're projecting like a slur, and it's not like that. We all literally project our reality, and we experience the projection of our own self. That becomes our reality. But I agree with you, person with a question. If we can realize that indeed whatever that we do has got nothing to do with us, this is where we can start to heal. This is where we can start to change the meaning of that situation. Leaf Force. Today the book is from BBC. Okay. Solomon. People will describe anything based on how it serves their goals, especially whom in power position. Yes. Okay. Yep. Yes, we all have subconscious plans, agenda, priorities, and so I think what you're trying to say maybe is that we don't see the truth. We see whatever truth backs up how we feel about that thing. Family Center, are you Chinese? My genetics are Chinese. Person with a question, brilliant advice on ADHD. Thank you. Tom, I agree. Very insightful advice. Thanks a lot, Didi. Thank you. I'm glad that you both appreciate this. Person with a question, I meant he should be avoided because he shoved her physically, not only the projection, didn't mean to confuse her. It's not a problem. I get it. Thank you. And I agree with you. I agree with you. I just want to always highlight, because this is my my mission. It's all about empathy and compassion, and so that's why. I'm not saying that you did anything, but I would take any opportunity to really remind everyone that we're all the same, that we're all doing our best, even if sometimes it doesn't seem that it's enough. It is still our best, and so we should consider it as enough. Jasmine said hi. Hello, Jasmine. Hi, you think being authentic is better or having a role model? It's not this or the other. We can have both. Being authentic means being yourself. Having a role model means having some inspiration as to what sort of things you would like to add into your arsenal of traits and qualities. And so having a role model doesn't mean being exactly like that person. Otherwise, it's not a role model. You're a copycat, you're a plagiarist. It's a whole different thing. We all have role models, but having a role model only means different people, different inspiration. And we're going to pick a little bit of this and that from that person, and then that is going to create my version of me, my personality, who I want to be, right? And being authentic selves is being who we feel we want to be, as opposed to being, just one second, please. As opposed to being someone that we think we should be in order to be accepted by others. I hope it makes sense. Does it, Jasmine? Very often, this is the thing, it's something that I was thinking about today. Very often we think that it's either this or that, and because of that, we are struggling with a lot of things in life. But it's not our fault. We all believe that at some point in our lives. It's this or that, right or wrong, true or false, black or white. And in reality, life is not unidimensional. It's not 1 or 0. It's not binary. There's many dimensions. And so what it means is that it can be this and that and that and that all at the same time. Yeah. Tom, how do you change the way you think about yourself? What are strategies one can do at home over a long period of time? It depends for what. So if you can give me a specific scenario, I can tell you how to change that thing. Right? But how do you change the way you think about yourself? It depends what it is. It really depends. Because every thought that we have about ourselves had to do with different trauma, different baggage, they come with different emotions. It depends on our level of emotional intelligence, on how far we've been on that journey. It depends on so many things. What is it what you want to change about yourself? If you can tell me that, Tom, we have something to get started with. But maybe I can still give you something just based on what you said. You change the way you think about yourself by changing the perspective from which you are looking at yourself. Is your answer. And I talked about it in this video earlier on. I was quoting one of my short videos that went like that. Let me find it. You hate yourself only because you are looking at yourself from the perspective of the people who hate you. That's it. You're looking at yourself from the perspective of the people who looked down on you, who put you down, who called you names, who belittled you, who made you feel miserable. And that's the only reason you feel bad about yourself, and that's the only reason you see yourself like that, because you are looking at yourself from their perspective. Right? And so, for instance, I don't know, let's say if I grew up with a parent that was telling me, you're ugly, no one will ever love you, you look ridiculous. Then every time I'm going to look at myself in the mirror, that voice is going to be in my head telling me, I'm ugly, I'm ridiculous, no one is going to love me the way that I look, or something like that. Because I'm looking at myself from their perspective. So you can change this. Change it and look at yourself from the position of someone who loves you, who cares about you, who wants you to do well, who wants to support you, who believes in you. So what you do, you speak to yourself like you would to a friend, as opposed to allowing for that old voice from the past to keep hurting you and putting you down, right? And so let's use that example that I've given. If I tell myself, oh, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, and so imagine that that person comes to see me and says to me, Didi, I think I'm stupid, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm unlovable. What am I going to do? Am I going to tell that friend, yes, it's true, you stink as well? No, that would be terribly cruel. I would say, no, it's not true. Don't believe them, it's not true. I see your beauty, I see your qualities, I see your talent, you're special. Talk to yourself the way you would talk to yourself like someone that you cared for, that you cared about. Talk to yourself like your best friend. Talk to yourself like a sibling or a parent that loves you. Talk to yourself like the parent that you've never had. Now you're grown up. Talk to the child inside of you, your emotional mind. Be the parent. The rational mind is the adult. The emotional mind is the child. Use that mind to talk to that mind and tell yourself, it's okay. Don't believe them anymore. I see you. You're beautiful, you're amazing, you're clever, you are smart, you are talented. You get everything going on for you, you will make it. You're important, you matter. Your voice matters. Your dreams matter. Your happiness matters. Tell yourself that. And eventually, as you do that, you will be more and more learning how to look at yourself from a better position. And you will see yourself as such. You will start to change the way you think of yourself. Does it help, Tom? Grateful. Bro, majority of the wisdom you share is pretty much what all religions say. Okay, I'm happy with that. In that case, I've got the support of all religion. Fantastic. Thank you for this. But unfortunately, most of us just focus on difference in details and miss the truth in the pointing. What's your opinion? Yes, I agree with that. I believe that there's a wisdom in collective human potential, but because of politics, because of fear, people have created systems that make people believe that there's a division, that we are against each other. So I'm not sure precisely what you are saying, but I agree with the general tone of your comment. And I'm glad that somehow what I said to you, all of you, somehow for you, reminded you of religions. It was not my intent. I'm coming from a place of psychology, right? But if you can see religions behind it, then it means that you have a good understanding of what religion should be. It should be a system to help people navigate through life better. So in that case, I'm happy with that statement of yours, grateful one. Bernice Fifster. Oh, hello, Bernice. I wish you every success. I love listening to you. Thank you so much, Bernice. Thank you for your support. Tom, how do you find who you are if you repressed yourself to fit in? You discover it. It's like peeling an onion. It's like going for an adventure, self-discovery. So it's going to take some time. It's going to take you peeling the onion layers one by one over a long period of time. Go on that journey. It's your journey of self-discovery. And what you have repressed is not just who you are. The first aspect of your repression is your emotions. So learn how to reconnect with your feelings and your emotions, reconnect with your body. Learn about emotional intelligence. Because who you are, the part that you repress, is to do with feelings and emotions. Tom, scenario for changing yourself. I want to feel like I'm okay and I'm not defective. Okay? So you need to stop thinking, you need to stop thinking that you are not defective, that you are defective. You're not. You're not. You're only believing it again because you're allowing for that old voice to keep going. Every morning you're sleeping and you wake up and it's like you're pressing play on the tape, the old tape of the voice of your parents or whoever hurt you, telling you you're rubbish, you suck, you are such a loser. You're pressing the tape every morning. And as you do that, within 2 seconds, boom, you need to allow for that voice to hypnotize you. I'm a loser. I'm rubbish. I suck. I will never be as clever, as good, as smart as my brother, or whatever. And then, because you are allowing for that voice to hypnotize yourself, you will believe in that. It's literally self-hypnosis. We do this every morning, all of us. We all get hypnotized by our own voice from the past. And so because you believe that, now you need to go through the day believing this is me, I'm rubbish, I suck, it's going to be there. You need to feel like that all the time. You need to react to every situation from that perspective, with a lot of low self-esteem, self-doubt, fear of rejection, and all of those things. Because you have allowed for that voice to hypnotize you from the first 5 minutes of your awakening. So how do you deal with that? Remind yourself, I'm good. This is not true. You want to realize it's just an old, so this is what I always say, it's like a recording from the past. It's an old tape. It's the best of Tom 1990 or 1980 or whatever age you are when you were a teenager. The best of Tom. And it's actually rubbish. So get the tape, get rid of it. And then grab the mic and talk to yourself like your best friend. Tell yourself, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to learn more about myself. I'm going to remind myself of my qualities, of my specialness, of my uniqueness. And I'm going to surround myself with people who can see it, who can help me with that. I'm going to practice meditation to remember of all the success and the achievement that I can be proud of, that I have created in my life. There's a lot of things you can do. But basically, yeah, you want to learn how to look at yourself from a different perspective and talk to yourself in a better way. Jasmine, thank you so much. Thank you, Jasmine. Labu drug. Who makes you think there's something wrong with you, Tom? I agree, absolutely. It's not true. Thank you. Labu drug. Normal hetero taxpayer. Hi, lots of childhood trauma, okay? And a late diagnosis of ADHD. Now I'm fairly old and have an opportunity, a good one, to start over in a new town. I lack the courage to do it. We can talk about it more if you want. Why do you need the courage for? What is scary? If you can share this with us, I can help you with that. Catalyst Cat. How can we lower stress since everything about life is stressful? This is a very good question. We can lower stress by realizing that it's not true. Everything is not, not everything is stressful. It can be stressful. And we choose to allow for that stress in because we believe that it's stressful. If we believe that something is normal, we're not going to challenge this. And so stress is one of those things. We all get stressed out because, and only because, we believe that it's normal. And it's very hard not to see the opposite, because everyone is stressed out. You look at people in the street, neighbors, colleagues, family members, everyone is stressed out. And so we believe that wherever I look at, there's stress. And so I'm going to be stressed out as well. I must stress out. I must react to the news. I must react to my thoughts. I must react to my emotions. I must react to whatever people say. It's a belief. It's just a belief. You don't have to react to anything at all. You don't have to absorb the stress. You don't have to let it in. You don't have to believe that it's normal. The first thing you want to do is to accept, realize, embrace, acknowledge the fact that stress is optional. You don't have to stress out. So if you can give me an example, I can show you any example at all. We can address all of them. Let's say if people are very angry, I don't have to react. I can learn. It may not happen straight away. And also it depends if you have conditions. If you have trauma, if you have CPTSD, if you have bipolar, borderline, or any of those things, it's going to be much more challenging. So you want to address those things. You want to know who you are. You want to know your priorities. But having said that, you want to realize that some of us do have a propensity to get stressed out because of our conditions. But it's not because life is stressful. It's because on one hand, we have a propensity to eat, and on the other hand, because everyone is stressed out. So we need to find a way to address our priority, and we need to find a way to create a space between us and the stress from outside, and also find a way to alleviate our own stress. So it goes twofold. We need to address the stress from the inside out and from the outside in. Inside out by addressing our own triggers, by working on our mental and emotional health, by practicing meditation, by going to the gym, by sleeping well, by eating well, by going out in nature for walks. All of those things and more is what we do to address our internal stress every day. Yoga, dancing, singing, doing things that make us happy, whatever it is. Now, external stress, environment, workplace, street. So if you are neurodivergent like me, I was talking about it earlier on, I've got my earmuff, I've got my music, I've got my earplugs, because the noise can overwhelm me at times. So I'm prepared when I go out. It's all in my bag. So I avoid certain places at certain time. I know how to organize myself around. Having said that, the rest of the time, I know that if I'm in a certain state, I can be absolutely fine. I can thrive in society with a lot of people. It depends on my state. So it's about learning how to understand yourself. And then once you understand that, you want to realize that all the stress from the outside is your own acceptance. You're letting it in. And you can, everything can stay exactly where it is in space and time. How do you do this? Learn the practice of mindfulness and meditation, which is being present and being at peace with ourselves and learning to observe things without judging them, without thinking about them, without trying to change them, without trying to analyze them, without reacting to them, without trying to justify, explain anything. Just observe as it is. And the more you do this through the practice of mindfulness and meditation, the more you are able to let people be stressed out, let the noise happen, let all of those things happen without it affecting you, because you're not letting it in anymore. You have your inner world, there's the outer world. You can create an invisible wall, gate between you and the outside world, and not allow the stress in. It's a skill, so it's going to take some time and practice, but it's absolutely possible to not stress out anymore. Does it help, Catalyst Cat? Life doesn't have to be stressful. Life doesn't have to be hard either. Nothing has to be hard. It's a belief again. I think I'm going to do a long video about it next week, about the fact that life doesn't have to be hard. I hear it too often, and again, people believe that life is hard, you must work hard, all the good things only happen if you work hard. Things that are of value only come at the cost of hardship and sacrifice. It's not true. It's absolutely not true. It's a correlation, it's not a causation. Sometimes it happens because it had to be hard. But there are other times where we can create good things, happiness, precious things, without any hardship or sacrifice at all. Tom, my parents that locked me in the basement when I was 6, 8. I was constantly punished for not doing exactly what they wanted. So I developed the belief that I only exist for being accepted by other people. So you can change this. For you to be aware of that is already a huge step. Some people will never find out about their belief in their whole lifetime. You do. So that's a great, great positive, right? So it's a huge progress. You know this. Now, I want you to focus on the progress and focus on continuing that journey of self-discovery and finding out how to look at yourself from a different perspective and speak to yourself in a kind of way. You exist already. You don't need the approval or the validation of anyone. You are worthy already. You deserve to be happy already. You deserve to have everything that you want in your life. The only reason you don't have certain things is because they made you believe that you didn't deserve those things. It's not true. Person with a question at Tom. If possible, also try to surround yourself with supportive people, yes, or at least neutral people who don't denigrate you while you're reparent. Yes, absolutely, I agree with that. And this is why I'm doing this. Come here and talk to me, talk to person with a question, to all of us. I want to create a community where people can find each other and feel safe to be themselves. Without trolls. Slow man, well said man, well said. The angle one sees him/her self is what dictates the self-image, yes. It depends. Freddy Krueger, yes, that's me. Exactly, Freddy Krueger. Well done. Good on you. Grateful one. Bro, I think all religion I see as psychology. Okay, you're the only one I've ever heard saying this, but it's a good thing. Because I do believe that if you can read between the lines, you can see that in all ancient wisdom, there's some goodness. So not everything, there's some stuff that are rubbish and terrible and very toxic. But there's some stuff that are very, very good also. And those are the things that people should focus on, right? The lessons that teaches us how to be more kinder, compassionate, loving, tolerating, accepting of others and self. Those are the lessons that we should really, really learn from religion and use as psychological tools to enhance our mental health. Tom, thanks for all the support also from you in the chat. Thank you. Much love to you. Yes, I have one really supportive old friend. One is enough. Yes. Anything else is a bonus. We need to be at least having one person with whom we can just be ourselves and without judgment, without them trying to fix us or to heal us. And if you have this already, you're good to go. And after that, everyone else is a bonus. And talk with him. But my core low self-esteem is only getting better really slowly. Yes. So my point is only getting better slowly. So now there's still the voice in your head going, why can't you heal faster? What's wrong with you? Why are you such a loser? Why are you so slow at healing? Stop doing this. Stop talking yourself down. Stop being horrible to yourself. Stop hurting yourself. Stop telling yourself, oh, why am I so slow? Instead, I'm getting there. Take your time. No stress. You've been hurt. It takes time. I'm here to support you. I love you. Let's focus on the progress. If you're overwhelmed, take a break. Sometimes we're overwhelmed. Sometimes we are feeling hopeless, and it's okay. It's only a moment. If we can allow this to pass, the next moment we'll be able to resume our journey in that direction. Be kind to yourself. It will take time. Accept it. And it's okay. You don't need to rush. You have your whole life. Your whole life is a journey. It's an experience. It's not about you getting in a place where you're going to be invincible, happy, carefree, without any suffering ever. No. Healing is about you learning and realizing and accepting that we will all have ups and downs every day. I do. Everyone does. But it's okay. Because when you have healed, you accept this and you have tools to deal with the hard days, with the low days, with the difficult people. You understand that everything is temporary and we're all going to go through contrast all throughout life, and it's okay because you have a system. But if you expect to be there, then you're going to hold yourself back. It's going to take much longer for you to heal. The healing is about you accepting that who you are is enough as it is right here and now. You will get better, but who you are is already worthy of love and appreciation and happiness. Does it make sense, Tom? And we all do this. But we don't realize that if you are getting better and you say to yourself, it's only getting better really slowly. It's great that it's getting better. Just focus on that. It doesn't matter that it's slow. It can take 1 million years. It doesn't matter. What matters is the direction. You're getting better. If you want to be there already, it's because there's a part of you that hates yourself. I want you to focus on the things about you, the part of you that you can love. Instead of trying to fix everything about yourself, I want you to reconnect with the things that don't need fixing. There are many parts of you that are amazing. There are many parts of you that are beautiful. There are many parts of you that people would love. Focus on those parts. Right? Instead of just focusing on the parts that you want to dismiss and change or correct or fix. Does it help, Tom? Okay. Empirical thinking is an interesting subject to ponder on. Okay, I'm not sure what it is. Let me Google it very quickly. I just realized that it's 4 minutes past 8, but let me find out. Empirical thinking. What does that mean? It's a way of understanding the world where knowledge comes primarily from sensory experience, observation, and experimentation, rather than solely from logic or innate ideas. Okay, I'm all for this. Thank you for teaching me a term, empirical thinking. Solomon, know that a human is forgetful always. You forget how good you are, how important and how loved. So you're talking to Tom. I agree with that. Keep reminding yourself always and be around people who remind you to. Thank you, Suleiman. Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. Maga's playlist. Thank you, Didi, for all your work. I've been working on myself for the past almost a year, and it's been the greatest job I've ever had. Fantastic. Good on you. Good on you. Keep going. Tom, at Catalyst Cat. My parents told me 2 times they want to kill me. Yeah, I know how it feels. I had the same. I'm sorry to hear that. They told me multiple times. Actually, there was an attempt, but I'm not going to go into there today. They told me multiple times that I am the main reason of their bad days, and they regret having me. I'm so sorry to hear that. I know exactly how it feels. I've been told like I should have been killed as a baby. They picked up the wrong baby. Instead of picking up the baby, maybe my mom had a shit and they picked up the shit instead, and I was that thing or anything like that. Yes, it's terrible. Don't believe in that anymore. Stop. You know what, Tom? Stop even telling that to people. Stop repeating that narrative. You know it. You've been hurt by that story for too long now. Start to think about the new narrative you want to have. That's rubbish. Who do I want to believe I am? I am a gift of the universe. I came through them. I come from the universe. I'm made of stars. I'm made of unlimited potential. I'm made of dreams. I'm made of anything that I want to make out of this life. This is who you are, Tom. You are nothing that you used to believe about yourself, but they made you believe. Okay? REM networks. No expectations, no disappointment. I agree with that. REM. No disappointments, no stress. Yes, absolutely. Good on you. Thank you. Hi, Didi. REM in the house. Yes. Hello, REM. Solomon. If humans are masters in the happiness and feeling well, no one will grow up having worthless feelings inside. Yes. We're not master. We are students. And we come into this life as students to learn about ourselves. Roger Aguirre. Is Jesus God? Is Jesus God if the universe? I don't understand the question. The way it's structured. Is Jesus God if the universe? It's not English, I think. But I think you are trying to ask me if Jesus is the universe. Maybe for you it is. What I call the universe is my idea of the divine. Some people call it Allah. Some people call it Buddha. Some people call it Jesus. Some people call it Krishna. Some people call it whatever. And it's okay. What matters is that we have a system that helps us in this life. And so whatever system of belief is good enough, as long as it brings positive hope and positivity and optimism in our life. Grateful. We all suffer from the identity we take ourselves to be. Yes. I find freedom from letting go of all identity and abide in the eternal awareness of let go of all attachment and remain present. It's a journey, so if you're there, good on you. But some of us will never get there, and it's also okay. It's very important to realize that some of us will have some sort of spiritual awakening journey, but some of us will not, and it doesn't matter. All journeys are valid. Some people will really, really heal and go hips into their self-awareness and going through the fabrics, seeing through the fabrics of reality. And some people will never, and it's also okay. Right? But I'm glad that you are doing this for yourself. It's a great place to be if you can. But again, for the sake of empathy, it's important to realize that because we are going through that, it doesn't mean that we are better people. We're just lucky that that existence allows us to experience this. Kay Stevens, I love your sense of humor, Didi. You are wonderful to me. Thank you, Kay. Tom, thank you really much, Didi. You are the best. Oh, thank you, Tom. REM Holding, it doesn't matter how dirty others play you. Karma has a big appetite these days. Move with your attentions. Never regret being a good person to the wrong people. I like this. Thank you. Yes. Your kindness says everything about you. The behavior says everything about them, REM. The behavior says that they are still struggling. This is what it says, right? I know you understand and you agree with me. Hello. Hey, what is RTT Therapist? RTT is what I do. It stands for Rapid Transformational Therapy. It's a system that Marisa Peer came up with. And we use this for any mental and emotional problems by addressing the subconscious mind. So through the process of hypnosis, we're going to upgrade our belief system. We're going to address any emotional blocks, any emotional triggers, any of those things that we call problem, but are really systems that we put into place ourselves. And they all live in our subconscious mind, in our nervous system, in our body, not in our head. And this is why talking therapies never changes anything. It helps people understand some things about them, but it doesn't make them feel any better, because the feeling happens from the feeling mind, which is your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is not only 90 to 95% of our mind, as opposed to the brain, cognitive mind, but it's also our feeling mind. So the language that it utilizes is not words or pictures. It's literally feelings and emotions and sensations. And so with RTT, we do this. We go into the subconscious mind and we address, we rectify, we correct things, we upgrade things from that place. Tutizzo, where are you from? I was born in France. I've been living in the UK for 28 years in London, and my genes are Chinese. Grateful. The greatest enemy we will ever have is our inner me. Once we fully release this, then we will come to know there was never an enemy outside. You're talking about the ego. And it's not an... So I'm going to shorten it because it's 8:10 and I should be done by 8 o'clock. I've got other things to do. But I'll talk about it some other time. The problem is not that there's not an inner bad self that we need to correct. It's just that the way we're designed, our system, is in such a way that our ego wants to protect us. It's paranoid. It wants to protect us. It wants to protect our made-up identity. And so we don't want to fix this. We don't want to get rid of this. We want to understand it. If we can understand our mind, if we can understand our emotional system, if we can understand our ego, now we can get those things to work for us. We never was, because otherwise if you say the greatest enemy we have is our inner me, now we're creating conflict. Oh, there's an inner me that is an enemy, something bad inside of me. Oh, Valeretros Satanas, I must find an exorcist or something like that. And it's not like that. So we are all designed, programmed in the same system. The way we're going to develop is going to depend on myriads of different parameters, all throughout our bringing and our genetics. But we want to stop demonizing and fighting, and we want to replace this with understanding. So if we can understand the mind, which is what I'm doing here, then we can fix ourselves, as in upgrade ourselves, because there was nothing to fix. I want to upgrade our relationship with people, with life, with humanity, and with everything. I'm going to start to speed up because I want to resume the other things that I was doing, which is enjoying my day off. I've been here for 2 hours already, but I will address the last questions quickly. Person with a question. I'm so sorry, Tom. Didi, I heard it too. Both growing up and also as an adult, and overcoming the shame of it took such a long time. Going low contact was the best decision. Okay. Tom, yes, all of your advice helps a ton. Fantastic. Sorry to hear that you have experienced similar things as a child. I feel you. Yeah. REM, emotions are meant to be felt, not stored. I agree with you. Feel them, process them, and set yourself free. Yes. And enjoy them, appreciate them, learn from them, grow from them. Here you just heard something in me. Oh wow, with the I come from the universe and I am made of stars. I'm glad I tuned in despite having no topic. Fantastic, fantastic, thank you. And remember, that video is to be found tomorrow if you want to replay it on my YouTube page. Okay, it will be uploaded by tomorrow morning. So if you want to replay anything, all my live streams are there, along with my long form content. Who are you? Unknown that I want to talk about at least. I'm glad that what I said you could relate to. Thank you. We don't come, for many of us, if we were not lucky enough to have loving parents and families, we want to realize that we didn't come from them. We came through them. We are made of the energy of everything, but so much more than just a couple of human beings. They had to go through their own things, and we're part of a story, and we're part of our own story, but we are not them. Some of us are lucky to have a happy and loving family. Some of us are not that lucky, but it's okay. because we can shift, we can realize that we don't need to be accepted by them because it was never going to happen. We have a different story, we have a different adventure to go through. And so, yeah, you are made of stars. You are made of the energy of the stars. We're literally made of stars. And so, yeah, it's a great, great thought to have about ourselves, especially if we've been struggling with our past. Aaron Boy, are you having hair fall? Are you trying to troll me? I used to, but I'm very good now, as you can see. Because of the stress and anxiety, I used to have alopecia. I used to have a lot of conditions, physical, because of my mental and emotional health. So if you're trying to troll me, actually my hair I've been doing very well for like the last, I don't know, 15 years now. Aaron Boy, I'm going to get rid of you so you don't come back in the future on my channel. Add user on this channel. Okay, let's forget about Aaron Boy. Hello. Wow, so this is a form of physical somatic therapy. Yep. Somatic in the sense that it addresses your body, your feelings, your subconscious mind. Wisdom is mine. I live in the UK as well. Do you work with autistic children? If so, may I connect with you, please? How can I do that? Do you have any contact details or profile/channel I can follow? Yes, you can go on my bio. There's a link to my website. And so from the website, you can send me an email or we can organize something if you want. Okay. Thank you for the interest. Wisdom is mine. REM. No amount of regret changes the past. No amount of anxiety changes the future. But any amount of gratitude changes the present. REM, mind over all matter. Hello. Would you say that talk therapy is not worth it, especially for people with trauma? It's not that it's not worth it. For some people, it can be useful. There's someone listening to them, and they can understand some aspect of them from an intellectual perspective. But it's not going to change them here. Because talking therapy is happening there. And your problems are happening there instead. If anything, a lot of people are struggling with trauma and making it worse because they are trying to overthink, overanalyze, overintellectualize, and they are trapped in their head instead of really learning how to feel their emotions and reconnect with their body. This is what we should all do. Hype, thank you for being who you are and doing what you do. I wish you a wonderful time off. Fantastic, thank you. Bye. Thank you, Hype. Tom, a person with a question. I'm sorry to hear that, but happy to hear you have overcome it. Until the next time, enjoy your day off today. Thank you so much, Tom. What a show. Love your style and hair. Thank you so much. Wisdom is mine. We do thank you for your brilliant answers. Thank you so much. Guys, I love you all. I will come back next week. I come on live on YouTube every week, every Wednesdays and every Fridays from 6 to 8 p.m. UK time. All of those videos stays on my page. You can find them the next days, always to be replayed. Also, I post 3 short videos every day on TikTok and YouTube, and I post 1 long form video on YouTube weekly. So do check it out. Do check them out. You may learn something useful from those videos. So if you have any ideas for any more videos, just ask me. Any comments, always welcome as well. Okay. Person with a question. Thanks, Tom. Wishing you the best too. REM, you will like this one, Didi. If people don't like you, it's okay. If dogs don't like you, then it's time for some self-reflection. Yes. Yes. If dogs don't like you, you have really some work to do. Person with a question. This was brilliant live stream. Thanks, Didi. Have a great one. Thank you so much. Paula Cooperative. Love you and what you share, Didi. Thank you so much, Paula. This sick. I want you to know that I'm following you from a little while, and your concept and the way you speak about this thing is helping me a lot. Thank you. A super big hug from Italy, and happy day to you, Gaia. Thank you so much. Guys, I love you all. Take care. Enjoy the rest of the Boxing Day, Christmas, holidays, whatever you're going through. If it's difficult, hang on. Hang in there. It's getting better. Remember that we passed the solstice, winter solstice. So what it means is that every day there's a little bit more light. And so this is quite exciting for me. So maybe it's something that we can use to look forward to the short and the long-term future. Guys, I love you. Take care. Look after yourself. Remember to be kind to others if you can. But if you can't, at least be kind to yourself. Okay? Ariane, what a show. Keep going. Guys, love you all. Bye now. It's real what you say. Thank you so much. Bye bye.